Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Onward VR Master League. My name is NightFiree with 2 E's. I am here with my co-caster, Buxton, the young Bucks. How you doing, sir?
I am doing very well indeed. I hope you are as well, Knight.
I am. Hoping today to have ourselves a good matchup. Phoenix versus G-Men. Kind of a relatively high-ranking, middle-ranking matchup today. Both teams close in rank as well, although Phoenix, this is kind of their opportunity to edge themselves up even more, get closer to that top 10.
Indeed it is, because Phoenix, they haven't been having too good of a time lately. They're on a 3-loss win streak right now. That's 3-loss streak, rather. Definitely not a win streak. G-Man is sitting about 20 MMR above them, so if they manage to pull this match through, they're going to be in a pretty good spot.
Yes, indeed. I'm looking forward to seeing what we get here today. I am just trying to hop into lobby now. Give me 1 second here as we set things up. Should be diving in shortly. I think we can kind of discuss pick bans. We have had some, I guess, pretty standard ones coming from, I believe it was G-Men. We have the subway ban.
That would be correct.
And then from Phoenix, we have cargo.
I find that subway ban very interesting because realistically, I don't see either of these teams picking subway, so I have a feeling that G-Men just wants to keep their options open and banning a nice safe map just because they can.
Yeah, very true. I also don't expect wouldn't expect the subway pick to come out from either one of these squads, especially the old subway. I think new subway maybe. You know, there's you can sort of vie for that as a potential map to be played now in the competitive scene, but with the old 2 entry points, it's kind of a, you could, like you said, not ban it, ban another map, but that shortens up that map pool. So just going for something easy. And as in terms of that first map we're going to be hopping into, it is going to be Bazaar. So we're going to kind of kick things off with a pretty balanced, relatively quickly paced match.
Indeed we are, because looking at some of the previous matches, these two teams, both of them seem to favour Bazaar, because Phoenix, they took 3-4 with Globo just barely winning against them on their previous match. They took 3-4 on Bazaar and Suburbia 1. So I'm expecting to see possibly Suburbia 1 picked by Phoenix in their later match, and I also expect this map to be very close indeed.
Yeah, I think we're going to see Bazaar. Suburbia definitely a contender there. Downfall also is a map that G-Men have been playing very well on, so if that comes down to that third and final map, we might see that, although it is Phoenix that's home. So they've picked this map for Bazaar. They'll pick that second one. I'm wondering what G-Men will opt into. I think it's going to depend on if they win or lose this first round, or this first map rather. Sorry.
Yeah, getting that kind of early feeling on how the opposing team, and also your own team is going to be playing is a pretty important part of how to properly kind of direct your team through a match, because it's not kind of a one thing you show up, you play. You've got to kind of keep yourself going the whole time. You've got to keep thinking of map picks, how they've been playing, how you've been playing. Maybe one day you like cargo, maybe another usually takes a Suburbia, but you're just feeling better doing super close, quick engagements, and cargo will just fit better. So you've got to think about how that's going to play out, and you need to just constantly keep thinking.
Taking a look at the rosters here, G-Men picking Swooty, Dr. Leo Marvin, a new addition to the team. The Man, Biggie Smalls, and 404. Yeah, Dr. Leo, I haven't seen him play for G-Men yet. I don't know if any games have been casted that he's been in. But he's a strong pickup. I've seen him around in the comp lobby scene from time to time. Over on Phoenix, we have... Sorry, go ahead.
In that case, it'll be interesting to see how he does play then. Yeah. The brand new member of G-Men.
Yeah, I am curious. Talking to new members too, you want to look at Phoenix. We have Zach Fontaine, Squigukin, a relatively new addition. Mal number 718, Rushers, and Mal Criado. The Mal brothers, so to speak, if you will.
Yeah, and they are both pretty formidable cappers as well, so you got to keep an eye out for that.
I think we have both teams all readied up too. We'll be diving into this first round on this first map of Bazaar. G-Men versus Phoenix. What are we going to get?
I think
I'm going to get some very exciting rounds indeed, because you've already got this kind of fairly balanced central objective and a good spawn for G-Men too. I kind of almost expect a rush coming out from G-Men straight across the street here, but I think they might also play it safe. It's kind of a balanced decision, I'm thinking.
Yeah, they're sending 2 to be kind of that middle entry point, using that Bazaar, using the wood for cover. They are going to try and do some on-point smokes and maybe cross the street here early. The smokes are out, 3 of them. I don't know if those are going to be good enough.
Yeah, they screwed up that initial one. Just hit the pole just as they start to run up. He's going to be redirecting it, but if they can try and cross far west here, Russia's going to be waiting for them. That's going to be pretty detrimental.
Yeah, he's waiting, and Zach Fontaine has his eye pretty well trained through that window on the street. Rushers does find Leo. He immediately backs off that position. Nice quick
Very good
play,
decision.
yeah.
He's got that pick.
Look at that. He picks off and then he immediately rotates back to the deeper side to try and get another frag on this lane. He has the idea that there's more here.
He would be very correct with that assumption, because Swifty's going to be looking for him there. He's staying nice and low, which is a good idea, and he's staying behind the wood. As long as Russians doesn't get any ideas to spray through it, Swifty should be relatively safe.
Swooty should have his eyes trained here as well, though. He should be looking for any movement in these windows. He is looking at that corner, and as soon as he exposes himself in this lane, it's going to be trouble for him. Should try and move up into that wood and peek through that wood. That'd be the best option here.
Yeah, looks like he might be rummaging through his friend's corpse there, looking for any consumables that he might need later on. He's just going to back off. He knows he shouldn't contend with such a long angle with little cover.
I think we should all go north.
Yeah. Doesn't like that southwest approach. He backs off. It's going to leave rushers without much to do for a little while. Eventually, I'm sure he'll rotate around. Kind of tune into the rest of the G-Men squad, see what they're doing. Sort of lingering around Middle Bazaar, maybe looking for some picks.
It looks like it. I'm almost getting a little bit of a EU team here feeling from G-Men. They're kind of hanging back, looking for the picks. They're not going with any super aggressive rushes straight off the bat like you might see out of Blaze or... what's the other team that does it? Blaze and someone else.
Animal House have been
Blaze
playing
and Danglers, that's it. And Animal House, yes.
A lot of teams have tried to adopt that faster play style. Biggie Smalls here, maybe vulnerable to Malno. I don't think he's going to spot him. Just enough coverage of wood there.
Indeed, he is pretty lucky there. But I'm liking this defensive spread from Phoenix here so far. They've got a pretty heavily west stacked defense, which is nice considering the fact that it was a west spawn to begin with. Though maybe might be a little bit more troublesome considering that people are rotating towards the east. But rather slowly, which might cause issues for G-Men, because you've got people way up in the northeast. But there's only 2 minutes 40 seconds left, which even as an EU team member is making me a little bit nervous.
Yeah, they do have Biggie Smalls somewhat close. He throws out some smokes. He's in charging distance of objective, but it's not going to be easy. He's got a lot of people covering this lane. They need to find some picks or get behind him. But yeah, you're right. Phoenix's defensive spread is really good. They have all their spots covered. It does kind of collapse if Squigukin goes down, though. This south defense a little weak.
Yeah, his current position is really nice for defending that kind of central street, and he might just barely be able to see Biggie Smalls, but alas, beige on a white cream floor, a little bit hard to spot. But yeah, if he goes down, this entire south is just up for grabs. But I assume G-Men can twig that it's totally open and move in from there.
They've started that rotation. 1:50 left. I don't know if Zach is watching this lane. I think he is. He might have spotted that cross early. He sees the smokes on the east now, and that's going to kind of give away this play, obviously. Some good smokes, though, and it is going to allow them to cross.
Yeah, those were definitely textbook smokes there. Only 2 as well. I thought you might have needed 3 to cross there, but wow. those were dead on. That's something you can't do very easily.
There's your middle bazaar smokes from Biggie as well. Zach has keened in on that. He's got those shots out. Biggie goes down. No push there. Actually, that was Malno from the 2-story that found those shots.
It looks like the man's going for Squiggy, and it doesn't work out.
Down the south.
Question is, can Squiggy deal with also 404? It's going to be coming up as a duo,
South
man.
side OBJ
He should
clear.
definitely be able to just spray through that panel there.
They don't have time, though. 58 seconds left on the clock. Swooty now pushing in towards Malcriado. 404 trying to get into Squigukin. And these guys know all they have to do is hold their angles. Swooty's going to have to charge around here and get this corner pick. It's going to be tough. Finds one, finds Zach. Mal's going to peek around. Takes down Swooty. 404 getting picked up by Squigukin. Phoenix take away that first Volk round pretty easily.
Yeah, that was relatively smooth for Phoenix there, especially at the start. That first pick, just cancelling the west push. I think that was exactly what they needed to kind of get rid of some momentum off G-Men, which they might have had considering the fast northwest spawn with that ice cream objective. And also then you had the spotting of the eastern push with the smokes being quite obvious, obviously. I'm surprised G-Men was quite slow with it. If they'd just given themselves more time to cross over, do their work in that southeast, maybe deal with Skoryuken and also the man in the blue room, Swooty, I think they definitely... Oh, not Swooty, rather. Mano, that was in the blue room. Oh, no. Battle Criado, second man. If they just given them more time to deal with them, I think that would have been a lot better, but with only 60 seconds left when they were actually getting their smokes out on objective, I'm not entirely sure how they thought they would be able to actually deal with that.
They had that fast spawn, too, and they threw out some really early smokes. I just think those botch smokes early, they opted not to cross. It was the right choice. But that's what cost them, you know. They just... Those smokes are so key for that push, and I think they honestly should have tried to put them onto the points. You know, you'll see the point smokes where people are putting smokes where people are going to be defending from, you know, so you put a smoke onto that corner and just smoke out the window, denying vision on the entire street from the player. Those kind of strategies you'll see come out, but not really the case, as G-Men now going on the offensive for our second round, or sorry, defensive rather, for our second round.
Slightly less fortunate spawn for our Phoenix there, northeast. Still workable, but personally, I always like that western spawn. You can get across the street so much faster than even the east side and going straight across the tank side, just because it's much better positioned and you have the much better kind of area to place smokes for. Though you do have to be a little bit careful of the 2-story.
One with a 3-2 split, sending 3 to the west, 2 to the east. Some quick shots already from the man. Does catch out that east rotation. They're kind of stuck behind tank now as G-Men are trying to move on it.
Zach Fontaine and Skoryuken are aware of possibly 404 skulking about in the southeast here, so they should know to be careful here.
Squig's trying to find the man. A really tight angle through
I'm just
the
putting 5
tank.
shots into objective room.
Good points, though. I mean, those are some good smokes allowing them to move along this east side. 404 is definitely tucked in a little deeper than they may be anticipating.
I'm coming southeast.
We'll see land.
Yeah, that shed spot is pretty uncommon.
Yeah, I mean, they may be expecting more of like a land in play where he's up by this building here early. They're pushing aggressively, though, and they've taken this south side nicely. 404, eyes on Zach Fontaine. The shots come out. They don't succeed. Now he goes down. The refrag from Squig.
Down.
That was a really nice angle Squig got there just from the gap in the wall to his left. Managed to just catch the very back of him from the other side of the shed.
Like Leo has rotated, and he'll be the next one up for Squigukin in his conquest of the south side. Not sure if he'll be...
Speaking of rotations, not sure if you're looking here, but G-Men's rotate their guys away from the west side, and they're looking more towards the south and kind of recessing their defense, making it a little bit tighter, and that could give Phoenix the clear path to cross there.
Yeah, it does indeed. think they are knowingly forfeiting that cross. Maybe not knowingly. Swooty does have his eyes trained over there, so you know, he's aware of the positioning of his teammates.
Jimin really does seem a little bit self-conscious. Well, not self-conscious, but a little bit conscious of the southern side, even though there's only one man over there, and he rotated away even. He's in the southeast courtyard now. So the rest of Phoenix can just get a free ride as long as they can deal with Swooty here.
Swooty finds rushers. Malcriado's up next. Mano also looking for a frag as he goes up into that two-story. I think the man may have heard those footsteps.
Judging by his dance of death on the objective, I don't believe he did, but the man is looking for Swooty, and he is going to find him. Or rather, Mano, not the man. That would have been an unfortunate team kill if it was.
Oh, no, that's the unfortunate team kill from Biggie. Thought that was Mano up there in the two-story. The silencer really paying off big. Kind of throwing off Biggie Small's orientation. Swooty should be able to radio in Malcriado's position. Dr. Leo doesn't see Malcriado. Some frags coming out. Wow, nice toss from Mano. Gets Biggie down. Swooty and Biggie both resible in this area, so communication can come out, and it's really up to Dr. Leo to hold this whole thing down. They could be pushing on objective and capping right now. Leo has to be careful. Squig's punching in the code. Yeah. No, he's not.
He's going to in a very short while if he doesn't hurry up and rotate towards the objective now. The calls come out, and he's looking for Squig, and he does catch him. Now, can he get the last man?
No, he can't. No. Malcriado popping out, getting that frag, and Phoenix go up 2-0. A strong start for them. They're looking good.
They are indeed. Maybe the kind of earlier look of the nice 3-4 against Globo on Bazaar could be indicative of their kind of skill on it. Because Globo, they're not a pushover, especially on, well, on any map, really. You can't beat them easily on anything. So I think G-Man, they might have a very large struggle with Phoenix on this map, and possibly also Suburbia 1.
100%. Especially if you can put up. I mean, I don't think we've seen. Well, I don't know. I haven't been able to cast a game with Global Chem going up against, you know, a top 5 team in a while. But for Phoenix to be able to do that to them, yeah, that is very impressive. They haven't lost a single game the entire season, so they're definitely the strongest ones out there right now.
There they are, though. Beginners, maybe we'll see that title change yet again, like we did at OC5. Because both teams, Beginners and Globachem, are undefeated.
Beginners
and their Button Cup match is next week.
Not between them, right? Or is it?
What do you mean?
Is it G-Men and Beginners playing? No. Yeah. Oh, it is.
Globachem and Beginners.
Yeah, Globachem and Beginners. Yeah, that'll be exciting. Sunday afternoon.
Indeed it will. Hopefully that'll be a very good match to watch, and along with this one, because we're going into the 3rd round now.
Yes, we are. We can't forget what we got in front of us. The struggle for G-Men is definitely what seems to be in store. Already down 2, and it's been pretty good performances from Phoenix. They haven't lost too many. The KD's looking good. Biggie with a team kill that last round definitely hurt him.
Yeah, I felt like I may have dispensed a little bit of the curse there, Nightfire, calling out that potential team kill, and then the team kill actually happening. That was definitely my bad. I'm sorry, the man. I'm sorry, Biggie Smalls. It's my fault.
We can't blame you for everything, Buxton. It would just be a downward spiral.
It would just be a constant spiral of curses until the world gets destroyed or something.
Biggie here with an interesting sideways peek, trying to minimize body exposure, seeing if anybody's moving their way up into this bizarre area, but it's very risky. He could easily be spotted by Squigookin if Squigookin's paying attention, or maybe he couldn't. I mean, maybe that car is blocking Squigookin's view.
Squigookin is actually on the other side of the wall, just in
is.
the northwest passage there. Well, western passage. So he should be relatively safe unless Squigookin has some kind of mad flash of inspiration to throw a nade towards Biggie.
Right there at the southeast corner of the objective.
It's an interesting defensive setup. I guess they do have Malcriado, though. He's the one watching that main the courtyard area. I was going to say, it feels like they have a little bit of a lack of coverage on this courtyard. Like, Biggie Smalls should be able to cross pretty freely. He should be able to go into that blue room without much issue.
Yeah, as long as Rushdie can get distracted, he should be clear, as you said.
Oh,
But Rushdie, there's no way he won't
you're
keep an eye
right.
on this western side.
Well, I mean, they've invested 3 in thoroughly covering this approach. Seems to be the right move, too. I mean, there's 3 over here. They're trying to make this push happen. If G-Men had focused their attention north, it would be a completely different story.
Yeah. And they've rotated that guy from the northeast over towards west, so they seem to really want to commit to this mini market. Which may be a little bit of a mistake because they do have the Phoenix defense side here. 2 men watching the west side, which you see very rarely, I think. I've only really seen teams play 1 man in that building watching over the west, but I guess not Phoenix, not today.
Shots out towards the man on the north. A nice, interesting position. He was prone on the roof, and man just wasn't ready for it. Now he's going to have to use both his utility to get out of this stuck position. That's a win right there.
Yeah, that definitely is. That's going to be 2 smokes down from the main push here. And what is this we're seeing from G-Men on the west side? Is this their main push, trying to take the mini market and allow the other 2 to move up?
I think they might have the right smokes. Rushers has denied his vision. He may be able to see Biggie peeking out here, but I think if Biggie stays low, he'll be okay. They don't have vision denied from Squigookin. Very risky.
It is indeed. That second smoke coming out there is going to deny the vision. And Squiggy, he almost needed Malcriado there. That was a little bit dicey.
Here goes Biggie. The smoke dissipates. He's completely exposed to rushers. The shots come out and Biggie goes down.
That is going to alert Swooty to rush his position now. He's literally meters from him on the outside of the building now. I expect him to rush in pretty soon and take him down.
Taking it a little bit slower. They have 404 in the man now. G-Men converging nicely into this mini courtyard, but the team kill. 404 finds Squig. He goes down. That's a very nice frag. The man now left here alone. Rusher's trying to find some action.
And he finds it in the form of Dr. Leo Marvin, the unfortunate soul on the other end of his gun.
A team kill. No, a res, rather, from Malcriado. No frags here from 404. He has his eyes drawn. Squig there does get the frag. The refrag from Rushers.
Double team kill. What is going on with these 2?
Chaos. Squigookin goes down from 404. Phoenix now into a 2v2. The man getting picked up by Malno.
Poor 404, man. He's got to have no idea what's going on right now.
Catches Malno. Zach Fontaine, the last member.
Roshazim is going to likely hear 404 once he moves up and call him out, and Zach is definitely going to act on that. And it looks like he's actually hunting for him now around the corner.
Spots him and he gets the kill with the FAMAS. Phoenix go up 3-0. A chaos-filled match. Yikes.
I have no idea how Skoryukin managed to think that that was an enemy. Because Rushazi was prancing about inside the building there. He was being very active and probably staying on comms, or at least I hope he was. And then Malcriado, after he got revived, ran in front of Squiguken's bullets, was headshot by him, and then he also team killed Rushers in the building. That is unbelievable.
You know, it's just not something I would really expect to see so many. I mean, I guess that's just a chaotic strategy there kind of causing that to happen, but it's just, you don't expect to see so many team kills at this ranking, you know?
Yeah, it's kind of a shock almost. How many team kills have we had this match so far in the 3 rounds?
Like
3
5?
team kills?
No, because we had 2 there. We had 3 the last round. We had 3 the last match.
Oh god.
There was
Yeah, you're right.
2 out of Phoenix, one onto the man, and then there was, I think, one before that on G-Men's side. So it's just,
It's total unmitigated chaos. Possibly due to my black magic.
I don't know, Bucks. There's all sorts of theories going around. Whatever the case, Phoenix are looking good right now with a 3-0 advantage. They go on the offensive. Mirrored objectives, and they have a bit of a different spawn. Let's see how they negotiate that.
I think for this particular objective there are no really wrong spawns with it. We've either got this
Maybe they're resetting.
eastern spawn, or where is it, the northeast spawn? Pretty much the, oh no, it's the southeast spawn. Pretty much exactly the same, but they're both so good. You can either go west quickly, you can go straight through the center quickly. I love it.
We're gonna have some action over here on the north pretty soon. Swooty finds Zach Fontaine early. Not ready to take on the rest of Phoenix though. The refag from Squig into a 4v4 now.
Some very early picks, 2 of them in what was that, 20 seconds?
Yeah.
This is definitely still pretty chaos filled. I have a feeling they've already felt each other out and are now just out for blood regardless of whose it actually is. I have a feeling we're going to see more team kills.
We'll see. I mean, it almost feels like maybe yeah, it's a few players just getting over aggressive. Malno now very far ahead of the rest of his team. Gonna help usher along that smoke grenade.
You know, I'm kind of liking the layout of those smokes. It's almost like a leapfrog. You got one smoke on one side of the street, then further up you got another on the other side, and you're just repeating that. I kind of like that.
I think the question is, do they get utilized effectively? We saw that last smoke being the death of Biggie Smalls as he went on it too late. I don't think they have any coverage over here, though. Biggie Smalls is the only one watching this, and it's pretty weak coverage to the north. Very similar in style, I guess, to Phoenix, but they're a bit more spread, a bit more interested in the mini courtyard. See what happens.
You know, I'm seeing a kind of an interesting position from the man here. I thought he might be on objective, but no, he's hiding in the blue room next to objective. That is possibly a questionable one. They could maybe sneak up from the west street and come straight up towards the objective, just with a well-placed smoke or 2.
Yeah, he's using that little ammo box to kind of try and blend into the corner. Not really going to be a good spot. Nobody's over there. They have their entire rest of this team north and pushing in through Bazaar.
And speaking of some earlier comments I made, I think Phoenix is also feeling a little bit of the pressure to take this round, and they kind of fallen into a slightly slower playstyle. But as I say that, Biggie Smalls is picked off by rushers. I'm surprised he got that, considering how much better cover Biggie Smalls had there.
Biggies took the first shots, too, so rushers with just a nice dip in and out there getting that kill. Squigukian finds the man in that blue room, and not looking good for G-Men. 404 goes down. It's all up to Dr. Leo Marvin, confirmed by rushers. Phoenix take the map 4-0.
I know I said they were strong on Bazaar, but I didn't think that they'd be that strong.
Very good performance. Putting Phoenix up. Dominating fashion in the series right now. This next map is going to be huge. G-Men have to get themselves on the board, or Phoenix could really run with this momentum.
They absolutely could. And with this next map, if you want to introduce it to us, we could potentially see a little bit of a change up in how the teams are playing here.
Still loading. Oh yeah, it is going to be Quarantine. Quarantine for our second map. I don't know if we'll see any subs out of G-Men. It doesn't look like any subs are coming out of Phoenix. So both teams... Maybe there is going to be a sub for G-Men. I'm not sure. I think it's
possibly.
Just... Might be the man's slow computer.
Maybe. Yes, it is. He's in now. But thinking about this map here, once you've introduced it to us, I do expect G-Men to take this. I definitely do.
Introduce it to you? I mean, it's Quarantine. No.
Correct. I wanted you to introduce it, but okay.
I don't do the whole video thing for the maps. It's people know what the map is.
Yeah, I was just hoping you would say what it is, because I think I'm deaf. Don't worry about it.
It's all good.
Yeah, so I've looked at some of the previous maps that Phoenix has played here, and so far, from the matches I looked through, that they're not so hot on Quarantine 1. They went 3-4 against Ember on Quarantine, losing it, and G-Men, they're not too awful on it, so I do expect them to take this pretty reasonably.
It is their map choice. They are going to be starting off on Marsoc, so got that capable objective as well, tucked in over by the gas station. Saw a cap come out, or no, was it a cap?
It was almost a cap from
Yeah.
Skoruken and another member of Phoenix to try to get to the objective, but Leo Marvin got finished off just before they got it.
Let's see.
Yeah, we will. And thinking back to what I said about how G-Men is a bit more of a tactical team compared to others in the US division, maybe that does tie into how they're slightly better on Quarantine 1 than Phoenix, because there's quite a large difference compared to EU and US. Being a bit more tactical works out on large maps, a bit less so on smaller ones, so maybe it's going to be a bit of a boon for them here.
Hey, can I be in the north? Could they be in the north right now?
Firing it off. The second map, round 1.
Smoke it.
G-Men versus Phoenix. If you are a fan of Onward, there's all sorts of Onward action today. Games on Master League 1 and this one here on Master League 2. There's going to be another one later today as well, so need to get your fix. Should be able to. Some interesting defensive smokes there. Trying to allow Squid Gookin and maybe Mounto to kind of cross over into Burning Building. Not really necessary.
And the smoke didn't exactly cover much either.
Yeah.
If it was in fact a peek from G-Man, I don't think it would have been very helpful, that smoke to cover them as they moved up.
I feel like some smokes get botched sometimes. Like they don't fully expand.
They definitely do. I've noticed that a lot as well.
That one's one of those botched smokes. They're a little bit of a dud and getting no effect. Sudi might be in trouble here. Oh, he's fine. Rushers drops back from that wall position.
It's a really dangerous position for G-Man. If he stays there and just lays down on the corner waiting for them, he
Could've
could
had
really
Sudi.
cause some issues once they get that push. Yeah.
Wonder why he dropped back. He just didn't like that corner. He goes back to the standard two-story defensive position.
I guess he just wasn't I guess he just felt like he had to drop back, take a better, slightly more easier to rotate position, because if he didn't see anyone rushing up, and he decided it wasn't really worth the time to stay there looking for people.
Yeah.
But instead he's going to prone on the second floor here. I don't think I've seen people do this too often.
Oh, I don't
He's
think
very
so
much
either.
exposed.
I saw one walking in the far west street.
Leo Marvin just not quite peeking enough to spot anything in that two-story. If he looked a little bit more around that beam, I wonder if he'd be able to spot. No, I think that palm tree would be in his way. Swooty, though.
Booty might see it, yeah. Oh, he's looking at him. He's thinking about it, but he's not certain. And he does eventually decide that it's an enemy and takes him down.
The M16, I've seen kind of a surge in play with it. Especially with 1.4 patch.
Weapon. It is quite a good weapon, yeah. And this burning building push for the smoke, slightly misplaced, but they could be very good. As Squeakin is already picked off by the man. Looks like he got a little bit too exposed out in that courtyard.
Yeah, G-Men completely smoking out rubble and now moving forward. I wonder if they'll relocate any smokes. Don't have a lot of time to do so if they do.
I'm surprised G-Men hasn't started their push on the western side yet either. Possibly if they do eventually decide to just rush it with little time remaining, Zach Fontaine's going to be a big issue for them hiding in this gas station. Maynard as well looks like he might be rotating towards the objective to cover it a little bit better. Or maybe not, he's just prancing about on this wing. He's being careful, and we do have the engagement from Zach now.
Trying to take out the man. The man now in that 2-story might be a good threat here. Not peeking at the right times. That could find all sorts of shots here. I don't think he spots Leo Marvin's head peeking there. I don't think Leo spots him in this gas station.
Went on the boxes, who he goes.
Appears not, but G-Men, they're definitely getting ready for their final push as we hit the 2-minute mark now. Zach's got to be careful with this suppressive fire.
Left window.
And that nade could be perfect. Does take down 404. Unfortunately, not Biggie Smalls as well.
Zach Fontaine's still a threat in this gas station. They're trying to push on him with the suppressive fire. Leo charging into the right. Finally takes him down. Biggie revives 404, and they're pushing it on objective. Malno down by Biggie. The smokes are coming out. Are they going to try and cap? I'm not sure. Leo has his eyes trained here. They can get onto this corner. Malcriado has to push quickly. Nope. Leo gets the kill. G-Men take their Marsoc win 1-0. They're on the board. That's exactly the round they needed.
Indeed it is. Very unfortunate that they couldn't go for that cap. Maybe a little bit of a miscommunication, or they just couldn't get the kind of signal that they were capping out fast enough. Regardless, that is a point. That is a mark on the board. Some pace taken away from Phoenix and taken over to their side.
I don't mean to toot the team's horn here, but that's a very dominating switch in momentum right there. Not a single member on Marsoc going down for that Marsoc win. That's yeah. I makes me wonder how much of the map choice is coming in here. Like, is it really that Phoenix are that much stronger on Bazaar, or was that kind of a fluke round? I don't know. We'll see. It's going to take a couple more rounds to decide. We got ourselves a series or not?
You know, I'm starting to get a little bit of a vibe here of trading the first two maps, going 4-0 to one side, 4-0 to the other, and then for that third map, it'll just be a total mud fight, taking it to a 3-4 for whatever side.
Phoenix are no slouches, though. I don't think they're just gonna be run over. We'll see what happens. All up in the air. So that second round goes down, then the momentum really comes into play. Speaking of,
Yeah, having that 2-0 lead is definitely very important for any team, really, trying to get some map wins on the board for their team during a match. Because having that 2-0 lead is both a morale booster, morale damager for the enemy team, and also it just gives you that safety net of being able to lose a round, maybe two, and just not be a total disaster if it happens.
same spawns as well, so we'll see if Phoenix are going to utilize the quick spawn differently than G-Men. Maybe they'll find some early picks. Curious to see how tightly G-Men bottle up here. They're getting pretty aggressive. Wow, Rushers doesn't see this push out. They do peek a little bit. I wonder if they spotted anything over there.
They may have seen the man on the roof rushes and they just decide to back off to avoid any major confrontation. But it doesn't matter. Rushes in with a super tight angle on 404 there.
Why are G-Men rotating around right now? This is so... that is really a rookie move there. You do not want to be shifting into positions a minute and a half into a round. You have to be in your spots right away, or you can get susceptible to picks like that. An easy shot there, and they almost lost two. The man and Swooty could have been shot there.
Yeah, they could have. And Phoenix, this is really setting them up for a good way now. I think if they just totally smoked out the objective, went straight for it, kept some people watching the rotation angles, like say someone at Birding Building just watching and making sure no one crosses past the kind of gas station area, they could be going for a really good push on the objective here. They seem to keep this coordination up, make sure they don't get any guys picked off, or hopefully get a pick for themselves. It should be very good.
Yeah, Zach inching his way up here. He's not going to be spotted. He can maybe find the man in that two-story, and then Swooty, but Swooty inching his way up to the two-story. He's in that little stairwell there, just waiting.
Yeah, and having two men in those buildings, that's not something I've ever seen really from a team. Normally you only have one person for this kind of entire complex or area. I don't think I've ever seen two, let alone the third guy trying to rotate here.
Swooty just radioed in, so Zach should have an idea that he's in here. He's going to be sprinting up. Swooty should hear those footsteps. Radioing in, doesn't get the shots. When you're on your radio, it's a clear indicator that you don't have your finger on your trigger. And Zach takes advantage of that. The man with the refrag. Phoenix now in a 4v3 with Malcriado pushing up towards the man. He should have seen those shots come out.
Yeah, they definitely should have. We're getting the main push from Phoenix now, 3 minutes in. Slightly faster than G-Men on the previous round, but hopefully this one will work out for just as good as G-Men did last round.
The man rotating out here. Malcriado, some easy shots. He goes down. G-Men now in a 2v4. This could be the answer back Phoenix need here.
It definitely could. You got the man in the south, Mano, looking for the picks as he goes in from behind. That could be devastating for the G-Men.
Yeah, Leo
They should have no idea he's coming here.
Leo Marvin's completely exposed to that angle too. It'll be an easy pickup for Mal now. Actually, that rock might block him. That's uncertain.
He'll see the gun on the very tip of his head. Oh, he's safe now. He ducked back.
Couple of frags coming out. Leo does get picked up by Malno. That should be information for Biggie to work with, but Biggie's starting to get aggressive. He's going to expose himself now to the back of Squigookin. He goes down. Phoenix, their own dominating performance. Only one member dying. Grab themselves a Marsoc win.
Maybe I was wrong with my prediction, which would not be unsurprising. Maybe this is the round that's going to go 3-4.
Yeah, very well could be the case. That was just a interesting match from G-Men there. I don't know what happened. It just didn't seem like it's almost like they didn't know the spawn was possible over there. Like they weren't ready for that. You know, the man was surprised that he's getting shot early. It's just I'm intrigued by what their moves they made there.
Yeah, they definitely made some questionable decisions. Maybe they can rectify them in the following Marsoc rounds. Maybe Marsoc rounds on these larger, more tactical maps is their forte. I don't know. You might have some insider info, NightFiree.
I mean, I would say that our defense is usually our strongest. In terms of G-Men's ability, the defense is the strongest. They are usually tight, immediately go to the spots. They have set positions. There's no wandering around. Nobody's questioning where they have to go. There's no lack of coverage and angles. That last round was the polar opposite. I don't know. That's why I'm not sure what happened there. We'll see what they can muster up here On the offensive, we're going to have a relatively similar objective position, although different. It's in that courtyard.
We are going to have to wait for the member of Phoenix to reconnect, though. It looks like he might have had some tech issues after he was railed by the man in that western Twin Towers area.
Looks like over on Master League 1, that game, that first one has wrapped up. So if you are coming in from there, welcome in. Got ourselves a tight series so far. Go to the bottom right, we have the full scores there, but so far Phoenix have taken, I guess not so much a tight series. Phoenix have been doing quite well. They're up 5-1. They've been very, I would say, I'd say dominating on against G-Men. They dominated on Bazaar. Won their rounds very handedly, and here, although they lost that first one, they definitely answered back in a strong fashion.
Absolutely, they're not letting the pace get taken away from them, that's for certain. They really want this pace, they want it bad. I think Phoenix is going to be climbing the rankings very shortly, if not during, well, if not after this match. They're definitely going to be going up there. I can feel it deep within my bones now that they're destined for great things. Possibly going to be one of the top tier teams we'll see. Maybe at another event if one ever happens in the future.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if we've highlighted this, but they're definitely going to get a nice boost. Phoenix is ranked 16th with 1,210 MMR. G-Men's 9th with 1,230. So, I mean, if they get this win, they could swing up to like, they could be a top 10 team.
They definitely could, and this is going to be possibly a big comeback for them as well, because they'll be coming back if they win this match from a 3-game loss streak, which is certainly not what you want. Maybe they have learned from those 3 losses. They've improved themselves. They've had the technology to improve themselves many times.
Yeah.
And they're half machine now. They're just ready for anything.
Yeah, it does look like we missed. They already kind of had their dip into the top tier of teams playing against Globochem, Mob Squad, and Danglers. I mean, that is not a easy 1-2-3 either. So it does look like they're polishing themselves a bit here, facing off against ranked number 9 G-Men. They're doing quite well. I think we have all the players in, and we should be hopping into this 3rd round right now.
And it's going to be that West Courtyard objective as well. This could be dangerous for Phoenix, considering they did almost cap on that first round. If G-Men pulls the same kind of tricks out of the bag, and it works out as well, we might be able to see another cap coming out from them.
I'm gonna go to another buddy. Anything but a cap, guys. Anything but a cap. I'm right here.
You can hear Phoenix, anything but a cap. They do not want to give up 2 here. Gotta make sure they always have 1 on OBJ. Pretty standard positions. Malno isn't an interesting one, but Zach Fontaine, a lot of people typically laying prone by that cockpit or inside that cockpit. Swooty finds rushers early since they have that early spawn in the southeast. And that's a pick they need. Try and answer back with another Marsoc round. It's going to be tough. They can do it. The south spawn's interesting. I don't know if I really like it. I feel like it can kind of shoehorn you into some choke points that are tough to work your way out of.
Yeah, it's definitely rough. You've got to do the death rush up the southern side through the kind of funnel, or you've got to go through the ambulance way, which is also kind of a very large and long funnel of the street, and also the same with the cross straight out of spawn. You've got to use quite a few smokes and just hope that their mad spray doesn't catch you. But luckily, at least, they're going to be safe this time, getting 4 members across.
Yeah, they had the well-placed smokes, only using, I think that was 3 utility, so not too bad to get them across. Wonder if they'll use any more. They are. Tossing a few more smokes out here to help them get across the 2nd street. I think they need those. Maybe just for...
I believe they've used all of their utility here.
Yeah, they really want that north side. Maybe they just feel so much more confident approaching from the north that they feel that they don't need the utility to go towards objective from that push. I don't know. They're only sending 2. We have 1 still south. Who's that down there? Biggie Smalls lingering on the plane wing, waiting to see if anybody's going to try and rotate for the flank.
Yeah, if he hangs about this position, you know, thinking about it, this is actually a really good position. If anyone's hiding in the objective cubbyhole there, he'd be able to catch them the second they do any kind of maneuvering that's not sitting way back in the corner, sitting down and just hoping they don't get a shot. So if anyone goes there, they're going to be in for a whale of a horrific time.
Squigookin was pretty effectively smoked out, so those smokes on that street were necessary. On that north street, the second street. They've got 4 now onto that north side, so definitely going to be trying to take rooftop and collapsing down from that north hill. 3.5 minutes left, so they have some time to make the play happen, but it's going to be a bit before we see any more action.
Indeed, it will be. Maybe Zach Fontaine will get a little bit antsy and maybe try and peek out. Maybe take some shots over towards Biggie Smalls just out of intuition that there might still be someone in the south. But man, this is an incredibly long rotation from the G-Man. They're being really cautious of maybe a possible hostile up in the northern side, but they've got free reign.
I wonder if those were shots towards Biggie. It does look like that. He backed off. Someone in rubble there taking those shots out towards him. You know, I think that was...
Mano luckily just managed to catch him there.
Yeah. Oh, Biggie with a nice move up onto the plane wing, though. It has a similar angle. Look at this tight angle on the plane wing where he's trying to get that refrag.
My god, that is incredibly tight. I'm not even sure if he can actually shoot through the tree there.
Was he just firing at his team again?
Biggie Smalls, I'm sorry, I may have cursed you for life there.
Unbelievable, man. He's looking at the rooftop. It doesn't... Well... Either way, he backs off. Biggie now gonna maybe make the move south while his team pushes in from the north.
Yes.
They have only 2 minutes remaining. This is going to be a little bit of an uphill battle now for G-Men. They're going to be time pressured if they don't start acting basically now.
No
They need to
smokes.
start pushing in with their stuff. And yeah, no smoke. That's huge.
Shots now on the roof. Maybe a bit alert of the push happening on this north side. Squigookin in burning gets picked up by Biggie's. That south push coming into play, and some good smokes from him as well, allowing him to get in this position where Zach cannot spot him. He has a smoke on his pocket as well. Malcriado finds a pick onto Dr. Leo. The smoke from Biggie comes out. Zach Fontaine goes down in the window. The smoke on Biggie keeping him shrouded as he pushes forward. He's going to relocate this smoke. The south push is working. Phoenix now in a 2v3.
And he's looking for Mano as well. Mano's peeking out just at the side there, but he's not got his gun out.
Had the pad drawn.
Mano.
The nade comes
no.
out. It hits the corner. Hits the curb and stays in. That street gets Biggie. Swooty now. No, the man on the backside finds Malno. Malcriado, the last one alive, picking up the man, and it's all up to Swooty, who could be pushing towards objective. Malcriado rotating around hard now. Is Swooty going to be ready? Draw guns up, finds him. And another Marsoc round. G-Men go up 2-1.
Some very nice moves from the G-Men there. Though they did definitely scare me with how little time they had remaining. Having the man push up the far west side at the end there and just take down whoever was it on the objective, that was really nice, I think. That was a key moment for them as they could take down Mano as he kind of danced about the objective. And Mano's definitely a threat for any team that wants to try and push on the objective. He's definitely a good player.
Wow. Some good moves from him. Yeah, that was, I don't know. Were you watching that little maneuver Biggie was having? He had a smoke on his chest. And I think it was...
Yeah, that was high level stuff.
I think it was Malcriado over in the gas station. And he just didn't shoot it. I don't know what happened there. Like I don't think he was, because I don't think that smoke shrouds you enough when you're moving. You know what I mean?
You know what it is? He was moving so slowly that it filled out totally, and he could just move as a totally uninterrupted, very slow moving smoke to the point where you don't even notice it moving kind of level of smoke. So he was totally shrouded, and it was Zach Fontaine in the gas station. Just had no
Exactly,
idea
yeah.
that there was a guy in there.
Wow. Biggie with some clutch plays there. I definitely picking up a couple there to the south. G-Men staying in it. 2-1, but that was a much cleaner defense, in my opinion, from Phoenix on that objective. You know, they had much more control.
Yeah, for sure. Though that initial pick onto Rush Z was definitely a little bit rough for them. They could have definitely done without that. I think they might have been able to claw back the round and take it for the defense round if they had not had that initial loss at the start.
Well, I guess we did get a new objective there, so I guess we'll see how G-Men now fare. Go into that courtyard area. Uh-oh.
And you know,
No.
thinking this could be...
Yeah.
You know, we've already had that repeat. So this could be very good for Phoenix there.
No, look at the objectives. We have the old 1-3 bugs. Not going to get a
Oh, did it
mirrored
not
one.
repeat? I thought it did.
At least on mine, it's showing that it's going to be in
In the tank courtyard.
on a 4th round.
I thought it did repeat. Apparently not.
Did we only have gas station once, maybe?
You know, I don't know. We'll have to take a look later on in the cast, find out. But it's fixed anyway. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, well, I guess it matters here, but not in the future updates.
If you want to complain, you got to play on 1.4.
Yeah,
That's the deal.
Here you go. Old build, old bugs, baby.
Seems it's just Squiggy we're waiting on here, the only unready member of Phoenix.
I think he is sort of, if I'm not mistaken, a bit of a team leader too. I don't know if he's leader of Phoenix, but I can definitely see him being the guy that's drawing up strategies, making sure everybody's in order, kind of doing a sickness role where he's micromanaging, making sure that everybody knows exactly what they need to be doing. Phoenix is, I mean, they're looking good, dude.
They are, definitely. I think there might be Squiggy taking a bit of a beefy role, like an SMC Tactical.
Okay.
He's kind of the duo member of the team, the duo captain, the co-captain almost, but not the co-captain at the same time. He's the co-captain of strategy. Because Squiggy was for a time the leader of Mob Squad after they lost Arsenic. I think about a month later they swapped the captain from Arsemper over to Squiggy shortly before he left. So I have a feeling he took some of that experience with him when he's helping lead the team in Gibbs' absence.
Looking good as we go into this courtyard objective. A tough one to defend, that is for sure. Curious to see how G-Men organize themselves here. If they opt to go north, they're going to be running into Phoenix pretty quickly.
Yeah, they definitely will. They've got to be careful. If you try and push north on this objective, you absolutely must stay quiet. Because once they know they're there, well, once they know you're there, they'll just skulk about, throw nades up there, and just wait for you at every opportunity to catch you out. Because there's so many angles on this northern side that you can't really hide in any one spot and just wait for them. You have to be the one on the offense.
I don't know if you saw that either. A real early air burst just to make sure that they were denying that pushing presence if G-Men opted for it, and Phoenix have taken control of the rooftop. Pretty much need to take this rooftop if you want to have an easier time going into that objective. Rushers finds the man. As the man tries to do a late rotation into a new spot, doesn't work out for him.
Very unfortunate. He is down though, so he's going to be calling out a little bit. But I don't know, managed to kill 404 with a really nice silent shot there across the entire map from the looks of it. Oh no, it was right on top of him. Looks like he came up behind him and executed him.
Oh, ruthless. G-Men now in a 3v5. The Marsoc trend seems to be continuing here. A bit of a back-to-back. The back-to-back? Could be. Marsoc wins.
I have a feeling that's what we're going to see here. Just Marsoc win after Marsoc win. And that should hopefully play into Phoenix's favor, because they were the away team.
Yeah, that is true.
No, they picked this.
Yeah.
So it's going to be in G-Man's favor. Oh no, yeah, it would be in Phoenix's favor. I'm getting confused. It'll all work out fine for Phoenix in the end. but possibly not for Swooty here. Because you can see Zach Fontaine slowly coming through the trench here. And he's going to see him, and there he goes.
Yeah, nice moves from Phoenix. Now a 5v2. Dr. Leo tucked into the corner here. Malcriado charging towards the objective. Leo should find him. Smoke's coming out for Mauno. He should know Leo's there. Leo pokes around, finds Mauno. A quick double, and Squigukin finding Leo from that long-range rooftop shot. Biggie Small's the last one alive in a 1v3, and he's in the right spot to defend from a north push.
He definitely is. So Squigukin, I imagine he is going to be aware that there could be someone in here. But never mind, it's Biggie Smalls who peeks first and takes him down. So he's got to be so careful up north now.
Yeah, and for some reason he gets a little over antsy, dives out into the middle of the street. Rushers tags him out, and Phoenix grab themselves the Marsoc answer back. We've got ourselves a ball game. We're all tied up 2-2.
You know, I was thinking maybe that'll be the round for G-Men to upset this round and just take it back on a hard-to-defend objective and get the first Volk win, but apparently not. We're definitely going for this just Marsoc round after Marsoc round kind of strategy here. Or rather, not strategy, pattern. But now, if G-Men have the skills here to take this cap, they could win this map and get themselves finally fully on the board and take it to that third and final map, where they'd be vying for all of the marbles.
They've been close a couple of times. I'll see if they can manage to muster up something here. This objective can get chaotic fast, just like we saw that last round. And a heavy dose of smokes. I don't know. This one's pretty tough to cap. It really requires a bit of a failing on the defense to let it happen.
Yeah. Because it's just so ingrained in any team that knows how to play this objective to any kind of degree that they should always stay on objective, regardless of kind of the risk to their lives. They'll just be prancing about this kind of triple L next to the objective, just looking and hoping that someone's going to kill them before someone else caps.
I mean, this a triple L. I think those are also called T's.
Yeah. Yeah, that would also work, or possibly a double L. I was aiming for that initially, but it's too late for critical thinking here.
Going into our 5th round here. Overall score is 6-2 Phoenix.
Indeed is, and this is looking like a much more central and almost southern kind of focused offense here from G-Men. They've only got 2 men up on the north, and that might work out well for them if Rushers decides to get a little bit rushy and try and take them down.
A lot of shots coming out from the roof. Rushers find Swooty. Swooty can't get the frag there, so the rooftop secured for Phoenix. That is huge. In addition, they have another member, Mauno, who was spotted but is pushed up relatively forward into a position. A revive there from Swooty. Or the man, rather, onto Swooty. An attempted nade, not going to be nearly far enough.
Yeah, a little bit too high, cooked for a little bit too long. Maybe at best he would have been able to obliterate the palm tree. But Rushers looks like he might be giving up this kind of northern push here. Maybe he's trying to abandon it, but never mind. 4-4 with a really nice angle from the Twins there. That was a hell of a tight shot there, if you take a look at the angle there. That was wow. Incredible.
Yeah, I think I got him.
Threading it through the bars there, peeking around that pillar. A very good angle. Surprised he was able to get up to that, honestly, and not get shot, but maybe Rushers was just a little bit preoccupied looking at some other angles.
Yes, there's one far
That's a
south
nice
across.
pickup. That's exactly what they needed to sort of... I mean, that north, if you take north, that rooftop on this objective, you can't push. It's like, it's impossible.
It gives you such amazing vision over the entirety of the map here. You've got the south side covered, you've got the central covered, you've obviously got the north covered. you just totally lock them down. So you need to take the north. You have to, otherwise you will lose the round, as you said.
G-Men finally in control after finding that good pick from 404. I doubt they're going to be ready for this deep position out of Zach Fontaine. I feel like I don't usually see people in this two-story with this objective, just because if you lose your front defense, to be so far from the objective and out of sight of it is so nerve-wracking.
One on rooftop.
Yeah, it's definitely
On the
scary,
east
though.
side.
It is a very good spotting position, as Zach Fontaine did see the man and might be able to take some shots over towards him, or possibly Swooty if they decide to get a little bit peaky.
The smokes from that middle three members are coming out. Malno is in a position where he can really deny the crossing if he wants to.
Indeed, he is. Looks like G-Man are waiting a little bit for acting on these smokes. Could be a mistake. You need to act on these smokes pretty quickly because they do not last forever. It's like a noose slowly constricting the victim here. G-Man are very slowly but surely assaulting the defense of Phoenix there.
Yeah, and Malno's trying to cover a bunch of different angles, and he may have just missed the crossing from Biggie. Might catch out 404 if he holds that.
Oh, he's doing it again, NightFiree. Biggie's doing it again.
It worked well for him last time. I don't know why you wouldn't recreate the magic. And he finds Malno out.
Tango down south.
You know, if he takes it all the way as quickly as he can, this could be a potential cap territory if he just gets the tablet out now and prays to every god under the sun.
It is indeed. They have a weak hold on objective. Squigookin is tucked into the L, but frankly, if Biggie's quiet enough, he can pad out up to it and cap around that corner and no one will know.
Smoke's running out. Biggie Small's luck is also running out. They get some friendly smokes from the northern side helping out here. He might be able to do it.
If he doesn't pull the pad out now, Squig's going to know. He comes around to the L, trying to find that. Looks for Squig there in the corner. He does get the frag. Biggie is resible, and Malcriado is pushing in. A nice frag from Swooty, the last member left. Zach Fontaine far away from objective and getting distracted by the north, but the man with the shots out could have been the map for G-Men, but instead they take the easy, or the confirmed win, rather. Go up 3-2.
Oh, that's a bit unfortunate. They definitely could have gone for that cap there, and I think they could have taken it considering how far away Zach Fontaine is. Maybe like we saw at the first round of this map. A little bit of failure to communicate that they could go for a cap, or maybe they just didn't want to go for it. Like you see Globacam never, ever going for caps, really.
If you are still hanging out here, there is more Onward action. Your choice. You can pop over to Onward Master League 1, where you will have Danglers versus Blaze, another high-ranking match. If you want to stick here and see the conclusion, we will be eventually hosting to that matchup, but double the action, double the fun. You guys can be whatever. You guys can watch it all, you know?
Yeah, watch both of them. Put it on a multi-stream and watch both of them at the same time. Try and keep up with that, and you will probably ascend to some kind of higher plane. But so far, Dr. Leo Marvin during this match being the newest member of G-Men, he's been playing pretty well. A little bit of a communication failure occasionally, some rotation failures occasionally, but overall, he's been killing it.
Yeah, he's fitting in well into the G-Men formula. Trying to look at any outstanding performances, and you won't find them here. We have ourselves a bit of a back and forth. Every Marsoc round has gone in the favor, or every round has gone in the favor of Marsoc. We'll see if Phoenix can keep that trend going. As we hop into round 6.
I could hear the cogs turning for that mental math right there. 3 + 5, 3 + 2. Ugh. My own cogs are not in a good way, NightFiree.
Lots of smokes coming out for this cross.
it's not going to be enough. They should be able to catch them crossing over.
Nope. They are across safe. No shots landing successfully.
That was incredibly lucky.
Wow.
I'm amazed they made that.
I think they only had one trying to catch anybody crossing there, and they just couldn't get anybody out. Biggie Smalls peeking this corner. Almost gets picked off. Able to back up and not get killed. Very fortunate. Swooty and Middle Rubble not quite spotting anybody out yet. Kind of taking stock of everybody else. The G-Men still rotating into position. The man is now going to try and get his spot up here into this 3-story. It should be in time. The north approach is a little bit late as well.
You would hope so, but Mano's starting to move up to ambulance now. Maybe we're going to see this southern push a lot faster than anyone else is expecting. In the north, it's just going to be kind of a belated present for G-Men if all else fails.
I kind of like that strategy. Maybe send your south in early, north can come in late for support. Maybe draw in a distraction, or the other way around. Get your south up into position. Malno is practically ready to move towards objective. We'll see what they offer. They need to take north first. Man is covering there, and he does have his eyes drawn over into that corner.
You got Russia Z as well, ready for the southern push. And, you know, if Phoenix decides to bring out the tactic of Biggie Smalls, they could be able to go for a cap here, though it would be incredibly risky.
They know Rusters is here because Biggie took some early shots from him. Biggie now trying to find the ambulance. Can't confirm anything there.
Speaking of an earlier south push, every member of G-Men is now focusing on the south side. The member in the northwest is rotating the man coming back to the objective, and that could leave the north totally open for both Zach Fontaine and Malcriado to slip through and cause havoc.
Swooty trying to toss a nade towards ambulance, not going far enough in that rock, keeping cover. Mano trying to find Swooty on the rotation, can't land those shots.
You know where I am, I'm trying to put that one ambulance.
And Russia's trying for this southern push now, is going close along this side of the building here. As long as he can expect Biggie Smalls behind the rock and maybe also 404 in the gas station, he's going to be in a good way.
The man taking some shots up towards the roof. Zach Fontaine finds the frag. 404 with the shots onto Squig. He goes down. Leo finally finding Malno. I was wondering when it was going to happen. He was prone in the middle of the street, suppressing 404. We're into a 3v4. The first time, I think, Volk have had the advantage.
It definitely feels like it, and Russians is trying for this now. He does find 404. Biggie Smalls is going to flick back and be waiting for it, though. I expect to see the nade on his chest to come out soon.
The refrag, Leo with the confirmed kill. And now it's up to this north approach. 2 left. 1 near rubble, and then Malcriado here trying to make this rotation happen. He should be going unseen.
If Leo Marvin rotates here, this could be really bad for G-Man if he starts to cross out here and Mal sees him. But no, they just miss each other.
I don't think they're going to hear each other either. Shots out there from Mal. Leo should get the refrag. He does. Rezable as well. Swooty goes down from Zach, and Zach could come back here if he finds the rotation. If I don't know, man, the Rez could. Ooh, ah!
It's definitely very sketchy, but they are going to get the revive, and that is going to be very unfortunate for Zach Fontaine. It's going to be in a 1v2 now. On Marsok with 75 seconds remaining. He's in a bad way.
Oh, I think he got spotted there. I wonder if Leo will radio that in. Zach tries to find the refrag shot, or the reshots can't hit him. Reshots? Shots back? I don't know.
And Biggie's got a nade coming out. That looks perfect. No, it just comes a little bit short. That would have got him.
That was very close. He almost tucked that sucker right through that crack. Can't do it. Zach Fontaine is looking onto the corner. Now moving forward,
As long as he
45.
keeps it on the rock.
Finds Leo. Biggie peeks out, gets the frag. G-Men take the map. We got ourselves a series.
They do indeed. This is going to be going to that final map. That final map, which I believe is going to be Suburbia, just off in intuition and how both these teams kind of reasonably like that map, though Phoenix more than others, and this map is going to be their pick.
A bit of a different story than Bazaar, that's for sure. I'm wondering if maybe G-Men just weren't loose, or it really did come down to map choice. And Phoenix were just that much stronger on Bazaar. I think this third map's going to kind of be the deciding factor if we're going to see a bit of more blow for blow match like we had in Quarantine, or if we're going to get something a bit more blown out like Bazaar. I'm leaning towards Phoenix being stronger here and possibly coming out ahead on Suburbia.
I definitely agree with you there. My prediction is for Phoenix to take this Suburbia pretty cleanly. I expect to see the kind of a polar opposite for Bazaar, where they'll just take it nice and clean. But you know, anything's possible. Anything is possible, because we saw obviously G-Men I thought would be a lot tighter and a lot closer for the two teams on Bazaar, which was obviously totally wrong, a 4-0. And Quarantine I thought would be a bit more one-sided, but those individual rounds were so close between Phoenix and G-Men that really there was no way that they were actually going to be able to take this match super cleanly either way. It's a bad way for them to be in. But regardless, I've seen a surprisingly little amount of caps during this match. You know, with Maynard and Malcriado, the Mal brothers, I thought we'd see some more, but alas not. And we also have not seen any shields, though. I think that just kind of lends itself to both of these teams, Phoenix and G-Men. I don't believe they actually really like shields too much. I've never personally seen them use a shield, though maybe Biggie Smalls or Malcriado have pulled one out occasionally. I certainly have never seen it, and we have certainly not seen it during this match. But regardless now, the last time that these two teams actually went up against each other was way back at the end of Season 5, absolutely ages ago, NightFiree. So how do you think these two teams have improved since the end of Season 5 where they last played?
I mean, Phoenix has definitely stepped up their game this season. They're such a much stronger team. As for G-Men, I know they have experienced some roster shakeups, trying to find that fifth consistent member. I am on G-Men's roster, but I'm hardly ever playing anymore. Almost there for show at this point. I feel kind of like a bit of a Parzival.
A Parzival, yes, that is the perfect description. A Parzival, or also a Viper, is also a good description.
Or a Dakin.
They're the trophy.
Dakin's actually would be the better example, considering he was on G-Men.
Wasn't he the captain?
Yeah. I think
it's heating up in here.
Yeah, I think I'm late to updating the scoreboard, but you did mention that this map is going to be Suburbia, correct?
Yes, that would be correct.
Phoenix are still ahead in points.
They are, which is certainly a task to behold. Getting that 4-0 can really, really change the MMR gains or loss, because you can win on points but lose the overall match if you take it to a 4-3 on the other two maps, but take it totally dominating on the first one, or the whatever map really. As long as you take that really, really dominatingly on one and make it close in the other two, you can win on points but lose the total match, which is kind of a rare thing, but it does happen surprisingly occasionally with multiple teams in high tier, low tier, mid tier. It's all over.
Yeah, it really is. Taking a look at the rosters, nothing changing as we dive in to our deciding map, number 3 on Suburbia, Phoenix versus G-Men. It's been a barn burner so far. Phoenix definitely coming out hot and very strong, looking great on Bazaar. A bit more battle-y on Quarantine. We'll see what we get here on Suburbia. Scores are in your bottom right if you need to stay updated.
Indeed, and you know what I'm thinking, NightFiree? I'm thinking we might see some aggressive play coming out from Phoenix here. I can almost just feel it dripping off of them with Malcriado's push up here with that nade as well. Or a smoke, a very interesting smoke.
Yeah, that is definitely a point smoke. I think he's trying to deny vision into that one lane. A couple of smokes. I mean, I think every one of those smokes is not where they wanted it. One on the roof, one went too far. This one's a dud on the corner. Malcriado, though, is able to come around and find Swooty getting over aggressive, and they are pushing up hard and fast on these smokes. All four suddenly up by the houses.
I could tell it was happening, and I'm very happy that has indeed come true. And there is nobody on G-Men on the objective right now, so they're going to be in a bad way if they do decide to make a hard push up here. But Rushdie was taken down a bit over aggressive lane 4. Now it's up to the rest of Phoenix.
Oh my gosh, Biggie just frags Leo. Tries to throw it towards Zach Fontaine's angle and gets caught up in the trees. 404 looking for Malcriado through the smoke. Charging him, finds him. Zach Fontaine get around the corner. 404 finds him. Now he gets the res. Some clutch plays from 404 keeping G-Men in this. The man finds Malno. Squigukian, the last one alive suddenly for Phoenix. He's in a 1v3.
A dominating performance there. Squigukian tries to get that nade off, doesn't work, and he's going to get flanked by Leo and pinched by 404, and he just goes down. That's going to be such a clean round for G-Men.
Oh, I mean, I don't know. That was in the hands of 404. He absolutely ran that back for G-Men. Phoenix were looking so coordinated. All the smokes coming out from every individual at the same time. They were all getting lobbied into that first inner area, then to the outer area towards objective, and they all started to move together. You can see the coordination in play. This is not going to be an easy map for either one of these teams, clearly, as G-Men and Phoenix both looking good.
Whew. Man, if every round's going to be like that, I'm not going to make it, NightFiree. I'm going to collapse dead right here.
Oh my. Whew. Yeah, that was one way to start things off.
But now here on Suburbia, the slightly more tighter map than both Bazaar and Quarantine. Maybe we'll see Malcriado and Mano, the brothers of the Mal, colliding with the objective and try and get some caps off here. We have seen a distinct lack of them trying to go for caps in this match so far. Because I love my caps. You should know that, NightFiree. I love them.
Don't cast a Globochem match then.
Yeah, that is a character flaw of Globochem. They do not go for caps under any circumstances.
Okay, look, dude, I shouldn't be saying this because I did get a cap in the last game I cast on him, so who am I to say? But
did they?
Yeah, they did. Historically,
Oh, wow.
they don't get caps. Anyway, that is neither here nor there because we got ourselves some fire in front of us. Round 2 of this final deciding map in Suburbia. Phoenix going on the offense. Sorry, defense. Jeez. Words.
Malcriado is doing the same thing as another member of G-Men did during the last round here. If I see a nade coming over to Malcriado, I think I'm going to scream. I can definitely sense it happening. Maybe it's going to be the man. I think it would be the man that's going to throw it. If not, Dr. Leo Marvin.
Look at this. There's the timing really good from Malcriado. He pulled his pad out, had the grenade in hand, and was waiting to make sure he could throw a nade. The man almost gets caught out. Almost perfectly times it. But it's not going to catch anybody. He hears there's no death scream either, so we'll have to keep his eyes trained over there. This is a risky spot. Usually you see a nade or two coming into this little alleyway.
You definitely would normally. That's what I was expecting the man to do, is he kind of fumbled about with his tablet at the front of the center house, but I guess not. Maybe they want to save them for the main push to the objective, because there are many areas you need to nade for this objective, like the spot where currently Russia Z is sitting in, and also the one of the white cars, Zach Fontaine. All spots you need to nade. Also, Skuuken. There's just so many that you need to nade, or just have very lucky peaks on.
I'm trying to find out why that smoke was thrown. Ooh, the man does cross over. The nade is in hand. Not where they're anticipating, more towards objective. It is a frag. Not going to be on the other side of the car, though, so Malno is safe. Another one coming in at the smoke this time, trying to deny vision. Over towards Rushers.
A little bit too far.
Yeah.
And Malcrowder is going to have action here with Leo Marvin.
might have two.
And also the man.
He might have 3. Leo has to get the shots on him quick. Leo's got his... Now Crowder picks up, finds the man!
Unbelievable, and he's resible as well, so he's going to be calling out info about those 2 kills he got. Maybe Skuuken's going to throw a nade here. That would be unbelievable if so.
G-Men now, they're the ones in a tough spot. A 3v4, now a 2v4 as Rushers find Swooty 404, finding Malcriado, actually confirming him, so still a 2v4.
They're going to put G-Men in a slightly compromising position.
Zach Fontaine rotates and Biggie can't quite land the shots.
The best thing for Biggie right now would probably be to hold back off, get some nade. But Swooty, was that confirmation?
Yeah,
yes, it was. Confirmation on lane 4. Best thing to do for Biggie Smalls was probably to back off, grab a nade, and just nade Zach.
Yeah, he's in trouble now. He has no solid cover. Everything is bushes right now. Nade coming out from Squig, and Squig not getting too aggressive. Now Biggie has some solid cover, so he's safe behind the sandbags. 2.5 minutes left. He has some time to renegotiate, but Phoenix are looking strong in this 4v2. Their defense pretty on point.
They are indeed, and 404 is looking for Maynard as well. He wants to deal with this red car. He knows he's there as Swooty went down and could call it out. Maybe also no Russia Z, but apparently not, as Russia Z is the one that takes 404 down. Now it's just Biggie Smalls, so never mind. It's not just Biggie Smalls. As Phoenix take that.
We're going to get a little bit of a reversal here. All of a sudden we're going to have Volk trades all the way to the top. I'm not sure. I think that might be the trend. I guess it depends on the objective. We're just going to stay on that side of the street and go to or stay on that side of the map and go to the other side of the street for the next objective.
The totally opposite side of the street, equally dangerous objective, that red car. If they smoke it out and go for a hard push, because we haven't seen any hard pushes from either team during this match. They've been rather conservative with it. Maybe if we see a shield coming out, smokes, pre-nades onto the porch next to the objective and also on the black car, maybe we'd be able to see a cap coming off. But it'd be pretty risky if the teams haven't practiced it. Practicing rushes is definitely something you need to do to get everything coordinated, everyone on the same page. Especially if you are trying out a new member or something along those lines.
Yeah, we'll see. It's requires a lot of smokes to take, that's for sure. You can... It's tough. Ultimately, you have to cap an objective in the middle of the street with one thing to block you, and that one thing can easily be rotated around, so... It requires a bit of, obviously, a lot of skill on the attacking side, but also a bit of a lack of presence on Volk for the cap to happen.
You know, thinking about it, I don't know when the last time I saw a red car cap was. It has been a very long time indeed.
Your real only route of approach is to prone with smokes up to the red car and cap. But that has just become harder and harder with people taking positions on the other side of the street to defend. And it's just, like I said, it requires a bit of luck. A couple of factors have to be in play there.
Yeah. Maybe we'll see finally a Biggie Smalls coming out from a member of Phoenix as they steal the tactic and just prone up. But this is looking like an aggressive defense from
Yeah.
G-Man here. Swooty's way up.
Swooty's way up, and he finds Zach Fontaine being loud on the corner. Now he has Nate in hand. Try and lob that up and over and just make sure that kill's down and dead for her. Throws another one into the courtyard, a flash, as he stands up to try and find any action. Uh-oh. How does that happen?
How did that happen? There's no way he thought that was an enemy. That was murder right there, NightFiree.
That had to have been I'm going to chalk that one up to a visual bug.
Possibly.
There's no way you expect that to be an enemy. Either way, G-Men now looking good. 5v3. It's going to be tough for Phoenix to make this approach, especially with how aggressive Swooty's playing over here.
Yeah, people playing aggressive on Volk, especially with an objective like this, where you really need to just have guys on all sides ready for the smokes. It can make life so difficult, especially if Malacriado starts peeking out and gets picked by Swooty here.
Rusher's kind of blending into this APC. I guess we're over here with Swooty as he's found Malno. Malacriado right here, spots him in the head, gets the shots off. First pick for Phoenix. Now it's a 2v4.
You know, Phoenix I thought would be very strong on Suburbia and Tech it one-sidedly, but G-Man is putting up a fight here.
Yeah, they are.
They're certainly ready for this.
I'm with you, man. I really thought Phoenix were going to have the advantage. That quick play style definitely a factor on maps like this, but they don't seem to really be playing that fast. You know what I mean? They're not getting over-aggressive or pushing up quick with smokes. They did that one map, and they almost had it. But now, G-Men secure that one pretty dominantly. 4 up still. Go up 2-1.
You know, I think that Volk trading pattern is definitely what we're seeing here again. Maybe once Phoenix gets to this point on the Volk, maybe we'll see the pattern start to break then, like we saw with Quarantine.
Yeah, when it kind of comes down to the do or die moments, you're not just trading rounds to get up to that final one.
But man, 4-4 this match, looking at the scoreboard along with Malacriado and the man also, they've been doing some pretty good work. 4-1 for 4-4. It's a triple 4 right there. 3-1 the man, 4-3 for Malacriado, getting a few deaths there, but still working out well.
Yeah, it is, and I mean, it's interesting to note a bit of a difference in the KD spread. A little more, I don't know, dispersed, I suppose, on G-Men's side.
Yeah, I think we can forgive Skryuken though for not getting any kills that round, considering Malino's just straight up cold-blooded murder.
That is true. They have to figure out what happened there. We'll be popping over to Phoenix's side to see if they have any choice words when they hop into the next round here.
Grandfather clock swing.
Fuck these guys, we got it.
Nope.
Hey man, show up their ass.
I don't hear anything.
No complaints.
They're already over it.
Yeah.
Seems Phoenix are just making sure there are no caps going on. They want to take this round, make it a 2-2, even it up before they start doing any kind of hopefully more aggressive plays, because that certainly worked out for G-Men last round.
Yes, it did. The man, just a little pre-fire through the shrubs in case anybody's getting aggressive up that middle lane. And nobody really taking any too forward positions from Phoenix. Some nades coming out there. A nice toss.
How? I'm not entirely sure how that got Swooty there,
I think,
but it did.
I almost want to say the cover, he was exposed, but like that gap in coverage where the grass is, where that shrub is. I don't know. Somehow he goes down, but the res was available. Luckily, they both didn't get tagged.
Yeah, that's definitely a upside to that at the very least. But at least with that down, he's going to be a one-hit kill, and that's going to put Phoenix in a slightly, very slightly more advantageous position.
That's a little bit less likely to happen in 1.4. I guess we never mentioned that, but we are on 1.3. We're not on the new build, so you're not going to see any new utilities or anything like that. No new kits or loadouts. Everything just how you used to remember it in 1.3.
So far, G-Men looks like they're just being cautious for any rushes, but Phoenix isn't playing aggressively on Volk. They're playing actually quite passively. They've got guys in pretty standard spots.
Yeah.
Malcriado being a bush Wookiee. Everyone else not being really aggressive, which maybe G-Men starts to hopefully realize this and just play more aggressive.
Yeah, the G-Men, I would also say, are playing very passively. They are now just getting up to Burning Building on this east side and starting to make their way into Playground. They'll get closer to that objective. I'm interested, if they had stacked more members on this east side and really tried to smoke it out, it would have been the right move, because you can kind of deny vision from 3 members of Phoenix over there. But again, Phoenix, I mean, I feel like Phoenix has been making the right calls on their defense, almost right into the plays of G-Men. They have 3 here waiting for the push on this lane.
Yeah, they're kind of just lining up here. Malcriado is waiting for them. If he hears a footstep, he's definitely going to throw a nade, but at least Russia Z is the one that catches 404 first, and maybe Malcriado is going to get his nade ready now, as there's always more than one down this center alley.
Yeah, the man is prone and waiting to see if Rusher is going to peek up over this ledge, but I don't think he is. Rusher's going to stay disciplined and crouched. Now the smoke's coming in from G-Men. They are heavy and thick onto the objective. Pretty well placed. I don't think they're good enough, though. Malcriado should still have vision. Squigukin should still have vision. What they haven't smoked is their entry point. They're smoked everywhere in front of it.
That's true, but you know what? They have smoked Biggie Small's body, and he's going for it, proning.
Rushers picks up the man on that lane, and now it's up to these 3 over here. The smoke is on the corner, and Biggie is out. He's dropped his gun. Squig tagged him once. Now the shot's coming in from the other side. He has Pat out. He can't cap on the fence, and now he's completely exposed.
Oh, that is just unfortunate. That would have worked so well.
These frags are bouncing through these trees for G-Men in such unfortunate ways. Zach Fontaine saved there by the tree. Swooty trying to find something. G-Men.
Like G-Men are aware of the time as well.
Yeah, and they're not in a good position here. They're up into a 2v4. No utility to go towards objective. Finally, that frag on Zach Fontaine at least opens up this east side for them, and I wonder if Phoenix are going to start to rotate accordingly.
So Maino and Malcriado, the Mal brothers, are doubling up inside this central blue building. Unfortunately, that's not going to work. Well, it's going to work out well at the least, as they take down 2, and that is the round for Phoenix.
Rushers with some... I mean, I think Rushers picked up 4 that round. He did. He's 5-2.
It seems that Phoenix aren't too big of a fan of spreading out the kills. Individual players want it all for themselves. They got 2 players with 5 kills, 2 players with 1 kill, and 1 with 0.
It's an interesting strategy. It works out oftentimes, but the rounds you lose are because you have one of those 2 key players getting picked early or not being as effective as he has been the rest of the rounds. We'll see if that's a trend that continues. I think Squigukin, I don't know, he's been, it's kind of like a sickness factor, right? Where you look at sickness, usually I think his scoreline he's not the top scorer on his team. He very rarely is the top scorer on the team, if I'm not mistaken, and he tends to lead that squad. I think Swigukin here doing the same thing. He's leading his squad, and his scoreline just isn't really reflecting the contribution he's having to his team.
Yeah, that's what I'm feeling as well. At least that's what my excuse is.
Yeah.
Whenever I'm not doing so good in a league match, that's what I tell my co-captain.
I'm doing good call-outs. I'm organizing things, okay?
The eternal excuse of team captains. You should see the sit room. It's full of it.
Next objective is going to be tank, huh? It's going to be tank. This might be Phoenix's opportunity to grab themselves the series. This objective is capable if you have the right smokes and the right early picks. Again, a little bit of luck, a little bit of this, a little bit of that is required to cap this objective, but see how the stars align. Got ourselves a barn burner. The series all tied up in maps, and now we're all tied up on this deciding map. Makes me wonder how the Blaze Danglers game is going.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to find out, but if Phoenix start playing more aggressively, they're going to be in a good way, but alas, no. It seems they're not going for a hard push just yet.
No, they are not, and neither is G-Men. Swooty, however, up very forward, might find Zach again. He killed him last time in the same spot through the bushes. And he gets Zach again through these bushes.
This is going to be a very, very powerful forward position for G-Men. I have a feeling this is definitely going to be contributing towards the vault ground trading, because once he has control of this area and can push to this so a slightly more covered position than where he currently is, he's going to totally roll this eastern side.
Everyone sort of waiting it out. Phoenix are definitely playing this one slow. Everything's on the line, and it's a kind of an interesting reflection of the play style of a team when it really comes down to the wire. You'll see some teams kind of tossing in unique plays, and others just playing as best and tight as they can. It looks like Phoenix is trying to opt for that route, playing it slow and steady. Swooty might be able to pick out Malcriado if he peeks up just a little bit, but I don't think he has that line of sight on him.
No, he needs some kind of sixth sense to actually be able to realize that Malcriado is there. Maybe he would have seen Skuuken as he ran across towards the pool. But he's definitely going to see Malcriado if he comes out over the other side of the sandbag.
Rushers with a nice frag on 404. Swooty with the frag on the back. Malno with the refrag on the Swooty. Just like that, we're into a 3v3. The push up the stairs not working out as he tries to go up against the man in Leo. 2v3.
Fun fact, Maino is actually unfortunately bugged right now and can't stand up and move quickly. So Master Z doesn't make it too big of an issue as he takes down Leo Marvin. Maino as well. He seems to be working with it pretty well.
3v2. I guess it was a 4v2 earlier there. Rusher is trying to find the man. Can't quite land it. The man coming out runs right into Malno 718. He seems like he's bug free as he's standing up, moving around quickly now, and we're into a 2v2. The smokes are out towards objective. A trade on Rushers. A frag towards Malno. Too far. A 1v1. Can they turn the tides and get themselves a Marsoc win here? Biggie's nervous.
Yeah, you can see the twitching about. A telltale symptom of someone that's incredibly nervous of the cap, the objective on the cap on the objective rather. If Maino has any utilities, now is the time to use them. Unfortunately, he does not.
I like Biggie's spot too. I had never really seen anyone tuck themselves up here. He must have an idea that Malno's over here. He's peeking the corner, and Malno takes Phoenix up 3-2. That is a clutch round to take, too, because now they go onto that Volk defense for the deciding, potentially series-deciding round.
Absolutely. Starting off with the bug and having to prone up to take down Swooty with that full position and ending up winning the round and breaking that predicted Volk kind of trading, you know, I did predict that it would the trade would stop once it hit 2-2. I would like that to be made public, and that I was correct. I'm not 100% cursed.
I think you predicted halfway into the 5th round.
Yeah,
That doesn't count, dude. You can't
Yeah,
have
it does
kills
count in my heart.
already out in a round and predict the outcome. That's ridiculous. Just like I do not give Sleepy any slack on his predictions, you get none from me, sir.
But man, Russia Z 7-3.
Yeah, wow, he stepped up. I mean, so did Mount. He was. That's what they needed, man. They needed that third player to kick it into gear. They had two. They had two firing on all cylinders, but they didn't have that third. Now they got three. Maybe they'll be able to grab this final round and take the series 4-2.
Yeah, G-Men, I think they need to do something drastic on this round here. I'm expecting them to do something unexpected. Maybe play more aggressively like Swooty has been doing on Volk, because I think if they continue playing as they have, Phoenix are just going to wrap up this Volk round and take the match.
Yeah, I'm in total agreement there. Definitely looking that way. They're not.
Not the team effort.
Phoenix playing on point, to say the least. You can actually hear them saying it's a team effort, too, as they come into the lobby. A couple of gun twists and tosses, too. Everybody feels like a Wild West outlaw when they play Onward.
I'm glad they added the ability to do stuff like that in the 1.2 patch. Flipping your gun and catching it is very satisfying.
It certainly is, and we are seeing something a little different here. G-Men pushing up aggressively on this side. Some early shots coming out. Maybe just suppressive from 404.
Looks like it was just suppressive, but if they continue this kind of pace up the playground area, this is definitely going to change the tides. As there is no way they will actually expect this on the side of Phoenix, because they've been playing passively the whole match, except for on Volk with one man that pushes up. But if they just change this here, change the pace finally, they can totally destroy any kind of momentum Phoenix has.
It is risky, though. They haven't been playing like this all series, and now to get aggressive on a deciding round is, I don't know. Maybe they're just getting up into these forward positions and holding. If you can take taking playground is step number 1 in capping this objective.
Yeah, for sure. You need to take down that playground, take down the center house, and then actually you don't need to take down center house. You just need to either take down center or spawn. Yeah.
You can.
Once you take down one, you can come along.
That nade is so hard to do. People try to toss it up and over the house and then just land on the other side of it. It's not easy to get that velocity for the grenade to go up and over and then also to land right there. It's a tough toss, and Malcriado's still safe as the smokes come out.
I think it might have been a nade for sickness spot, actually. But looks like we're getting that center house push coming out now from Biggie.
One behind middle house also.
Oh, Swooty with a nade.
How?
How?
Actually got him inside of the house. What was that? That was a demonic nade. That was some dark forces that should not be toyed with.
Ay, ay, ay. Biggie comes in. Malno trying to find the shots. The trades are out. Malno rotating around. Finds him in the backside. 404 with the refrag. We're into a 4v4 just like that. The smokes are out. Malcriado somewhat distracted. The man here on the backside, he might pick up Malcriado's going to pick up Leo. No, he doesn't. He was radioing in. Leo gets the frag. Now Leo in the smoke. He's pushing up, pad out towards objective. Squigookin, does he have eyes on him? Swooty finds Russers. It might not even matter. Squigookin goes around to the backside. Leo's trying to cap here. Squig finally spots him. Leo goes down. Zach Fontaine picking up the man. We're into a 2v2.
I believe 404 can take this center house. Once they deal with Squigookin, this is going to be such a good position for them to be in. Zach Fontaine, not too much of a threat considering the rotation distance, but Marvin is still up and calling out. They'll know where both of them are in good time.
Yeah, 404 signaling there's a guy upstairs. You're right, man. If Squigukin goes down, they can just stroll right up to objective, be on the other side of it. I don't think Zach would let the cap happen. I think he'd crash towards objective, but...
It would end up being a suicide to prevent yeah.
What really needs to happen is Squig. Squig needs to prevail here. He needs to get the kill if someone tries to push him up these stairs. Because if he... I mean, yeah, that is the death warrant for the team. Zach, though, might be able to get one. He can't quite grab Swooty. Almost tagged him out on the rotation.
Zach's actually sitting on top of the sofa right now. He's got a pretty good kind of slight vantage point compared to sitting below the sofa on the floor. That's nice.
The nade's out. In Swooty's hand. Squig's watching the corner. Doesn't go up. Would have had Squig. Now he's looking for Zach in the corner. Can't find him. A minute 40 left. Not sure what their plan is.
He does have smokes and flashes at the very least. He's going to make good use of them, I hope.
Swooty and 404 trying to work their way around this Phoenix defense. Swooty now may know where Zach Fontaine is. And he's going to try and smoke him. That's a good smoke.
Is indeed. Though they only have 60 seconds remaining.
Yep.
They need to start acting now, but Squigukin is such an issue for them. But Zach Fontaine, that's such a good pick to get.
What do they do now? They have to either charge up or go for the cap, wrapping around the backside of Tank. Squigukin, if he's distracted enough by 404, but 404 might not coordinate the push here. He's on the corner. Squig's looking. He goes around. Can't land the shot. Squig takes it. Now it's a 1v1. Squig trying to take the series. He's exposed on the backside, and Swooty finds the kill. We're tied up 3-3.
Excellent execution from Swooty there. He came up behind and he was ready to catch him through the window. That was perfect play from him there.
Wow. Got ourselves a barn burner of a series. Phoenix ranked 16th. Running G-Men for their money ranked 9th right now. This is a big game for both teams. Neither one obviously wants to lose. The win, very important to both squads to maintain or go up in their ranking. And this is what it comes down to. The first map 4-0 on Bazaar. The second one 4-2 on Quarantine. First one going to Phoenix. Second one to G-Men.
It's certainly a close one. And this one's going to be for all the marbles. And with this Northwest objective, G-Men are going to be so passive, I feel, just trying to confirm this round. And Phoenix, honestly, I have no clue what they might do.
Dude,
they could go totally aggressive and just take him off guy hand, or I don't know.
Their Phoenix push, their push on this objective. Well, we have this is again, what version 1.3, right? So we have the objective bug where we're going back to this objective that we've had already. And when they pushed it last time, they did it fast and they did it well. Remember 404 getting those clutch kills and the revive just barely in time. And now we're here 3-3. I don't know. It's anyone's game here because I thought Phoenix looked good on this objective. But that Volk advantage, I don't know. We've had Marsoc trades. It's up in the air as we dive into round number 7, match number 3, round number 6, sorry. No, 7. We don't have a round 7 for match 3. Rest in peace.
Yeah, it didn't fit on the up deck page. We'll have to miss that graphic.
I don't know. Swooty getting pretty aggressive to take this burning truck position already. Yeah, he's working his way up there. He's not afraid. He has been taking a lot of forward positions on defense and catching out people through the bushes.
Yes, and it has been working out very well. Question is, are Phoenix going to finally wise up to it and just be able to deal with it? NightFiree is being cautious of lane 1. It's got his gun trained on it.
I wonder if Swooty can peek through hedges and find Malcriado. I think that would be the 3rd round in a row where Swooty has picked Malcriado first, if it happens.
Yeah.
But I don't think that's the angle Swooty's holding.
Mano's also looking for this kind of lane one approach along with Zach Fontaine. They're being cautious of it, which is definitely a good idea in this kind of situation where Swooty has been playing aggressively on Volt for every round.
Now Swooty starts peeking it, doesn't catch Zach. And misses him again. The angle he's holding is not good, clearly, as Zach negotiates his way around him. Behind enemy lines. Now, this could be trouble. This could be trouble for Squigookin. And it is. Overconfident. Zach worried now with shots behind him. Turns around. Can't get it. A clutch double play from Swooty on that side. Puts G-Man up 5v3.
The real clutch player here. He's going 9-5 now, and if he gets this nade dead on, he might also take down Malcriado.
Wow, it does. He's picked up 3 this round. Malno is going to smoke and go for the res. Can he find Malno? He finds 4 this round.
At least 3 down.
You know, this could be a clutch here. This could be a 5-man from Swooty. This is unbelievable.
That aggressive defense from Swooty has paid off. Rushers is now under fire. He wins the trade, though. Can Rushers clutch it for his squad? That is the question. He's found 1 already. This is going to be an insanely tough cross. Nobody's looking here. 404 peeks out. He goes down. Rusher is trying to cross, and Biggie Smalls finds the kill, finds the series 4-3 G-Men.
Utterly amazing there. I can't believe Swooty managed to get that 4K. That was utterly insane. I'm going to say it again, utterly insane.
Yeah, he put up insane numbers there. 11-5 in the end. And you know what? G-Men lose in points, but win the series 9-8.
Hot damn. That was a hell of a match indeed, and I hope the Danglers match on Onward Master League 1 is just as good.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I was hoping for out of this matchup. I really was anticipating things to be very close. Phoenix are just a team that we've been saying, we've been hyping up, and they've been performing so well lately. And going up against G-Men, again, another test of a top-tier team. They faced off against Globochem, Danglers, Mob Squad, and now G-Men. They got close on G-Men. And I think that's a sign of progress, in my opinion. You know, definitely a team that everybody is going to have to keep their eyes on. I expect to see a streak out of them as they climb their way back up the ladder a little bit.
I definitely agree. As Phoenix, if they get lucky with the matchups, I think they might even catapult themselves above G-Men here, because considering how close this match was, they're definitely going to be pretty minor MMR loss.
Not going to be a big MMR hit. Also not going to be a big MMR game, so a bit of just a tough matchup either way. And with that, I think it will be it from us on Master League 2. If you want to get involved in the league, head on over to vrmasterleague.com/onward. You can register a team. You can sign up for the reservist, where you can substitute in and play on a team if they need an extra player. You can also find the Discord links, the Twitter links, the Twitch links, all the links to get involved with the community. We highly recommend.
Indeed. And if you're a little bit lazy, the Discord link for Onward is just in the Twitch description of the channel that you're currently watching. So you can take a look and join from there if you are not too inclined with going to the website.
We will be signing off here, but we will be sending you over to what should be more action-packed games. Danglers versus Blaze, live now on Master League 1. Thank you for tuning in. My name is NightFiree with 2 E's, my co-caster Buxton. We'll see you later, gentlemen and ladies.
Goodbye.